Hello guys, it is me, Pyfox, again here. I decided to quit cryotic love story for a while because I can't find it, and I'm going to read a story called Muted. It's a cryotic excavator story, yes. And in the background I'll be playing Forever Love. Let's see. Where it anyways, here we go. Yes. Let me get rid of this. You trusted them. Each classmate, neighbor, teacher, even the younger children of the neighborhood. None of them were able to understand you, yet their sympathy was plentiful. Your parents were kind, young, wealthy, the perfect couple, but you now believe no good things last. When you were 13, you received a phone call around 3 in the morning. Your parents were hit by the getaway car during a robbery of a nearby jewelry store. You were heartbroken. You couldn't believe it was true. You didn't want to. For weeks you lived in your home with an officer as your caretaker. You were an only child and now an orphan. Officer Wallish was a tall, blonde young policeman. He watched over you, how you acted throughout the case. He told you everything he could about it to try and comfort you. Apparently, there were 3 men and 1 woman in the car. Their moving truck was found burned in a ditch minutes after the crime. And the police found the truck before they found the bodies of your parents. Wallish wasn't allowed to share the murder file, but late one night you found him asleep at the dining table. You were too small to carry him to the couch and knew he hadn't been sleeping well, so you simply covered him with a blanket. His papers were thrown all over the floor. You picked up a manly envelope, but put the guy's file inside. You saw something that night that made you shake. A photograph. You couldn't rip your eyes away from it. It was horrible yet so beautiful. You hid the photo in your drawer. Wallish respected your faith, so you believed he'd never find it. Under things like this, who were responsible for your parents' death was captured. And one had committed suicide to avoid the cops, leaving only one to roam the air. Officer Wallish decided it was time for you to move in with your nearby relatives. The grandparents on your mother's side had passed away, but the grandparents on your father's side lived with your uncle in Florida. There were other aunts and uncles all over, but each had kids of their own and no one to take care of the teen. So Wallish set up plans to send you to Florida. Before you stepped on the plane, Wallish gave you his number in case things didn't work out. You thanked him, then took the first step into an empty world. My POV, my point of view. I walked home from work. My walk home from work was peaceful. The breeze was cooler than usual. The smell of the salty ocean could be smelled from anywhere. It was just after you had just graduated high school. Mama demanded you have a job. In her words, she only required to provide you with food, shelter, and clothes. If she wanted anything else, you had to work for it. The only things you ever got from your grandparents was on your 16th birthday. It was an out-of-date Apple laptop with a charger that only worked when it wanted to, and half the keys were either faded or missing. Luckily for you, the neighbors always hosting yacht sales. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to have bought a flexible silicone keyboard with late reaction time. It was only $2. Was it even worth it? Your walk was quiet. You stepped into the back door of the house. It was a different story. Kaylee, did you get groceries? Mama's voice cracked as she said your name. No, Mama. I bought them yesterday. Check if Uncle Sean took it downstairs. I know. I bought 2 half-gallons. Reached into the garage and pulled out a small window mop. Mama's howl was glass shattering. Sean, bring the bad milk up. You could vaguely hear Sean's reply. You hooked the window mop onto the handle on the ceiling, and with that you pulled down the attic's door. The ladder sat folded on the top of the trap door. You pulled on the string that attached to the lowest rung. The ladder clattered on the hallway's wood floor. You climbed up, leaving the window mop sitting between the rungs. The attic was your bedroom. It was unfinished, but the gaps between each column were covered with movie and gaming posters. Once you were off the ladder, you turned on the light and pulled up the rope so the trap door would close. The room was scalding hot. You dragged your feet over to the extension cord in the corner and turned on both your fans. You threw yourself on your mattress and sank straight into the pit your body had made over the years. The old thing was just as cheap as the rest of the house. Just a pile of $10 foam mats. At least the blankets and sheets resembled your personality. Star Wars themed bed covers, Sean's hand-me-downs. You sighed and stared at the ceiling. A poster of Chris Payne as Captain Kirk hung above your bed. I can't wait till the masking tape is out, you thought, reaching your arms out to him. Come to me, tiny Selma, you whispered to yourself before flopping your arms down on the bed. A distant beat reached straight ears from across the room. Your laptop was calling your name. The whole thing was your body. It had the files, links, pictures, and everything you needed. It was your only kind of privacy. It was like a small portal to a different dimension. A place where you could be yourself, watch what you wanted, or play what you wanted. Nobody would much care. You were certainly getting yelled at. Certainly weren't getting yelled at through the screen, at least. In the short time over 1 year, you never surfed the web, but you've been shown those sites by your coworkers. Not long after, YouTube became the most used link on your hotbar. You had accounts on Tumblr, Facebook, DeviantArt, Quivo, /fanfiction.com, .net, I mean, even MySpace. But out of all of them, YouTube was your getaway train from Mama's nagging and Sean's alcohol bear. How many hours had you spent watching gaming walkthroughs and creepypastas? Or how many illegal records of classic movies you've watched? The many fanfictions read on the screen. Noises came from downstairs. Serious banging and glass shattering. Sean's drunken slur was a deep and inaudible. Sean, I can't understand a damn thing you're saying. Mama shouted at him before more shattered glass could be heard along through Sean's babbling through tears. Quit your crying, leave my dishes out of your tantrum, you big baby. More shattered glass could be heard, and a bang of a pot or pan. The cabinet could have been thrown open and leaving the pans to fall. But it seemed more likely that Mama hit Sean with the walt. You cupped your cheek in your hand and quietly typing away on the comment on the YouTube video. Click. I've been on for hours and I have ended on that side of YouTube again. You think about how silent the house seems. Around this time, Sean and Mama would be arguing, and they weren't. Why? Curiously, set itself in your mind. You went downstairs to take a look. You pushed down the trap door, letting the ladder clatter to the floor. I'll leave it open. I expect to go back up right after. You inspect your surroundings, eyes scanning each surface until it came across the shattered glass on the kitchen floor. It was a single heap. Mama might have kicked it into a pile of mess. You grabbed a broom and dustpan and began to sweep up the mess. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop here for now. I will see y'all next time. High five me, my little foxy. Bye!